Hi guys, it's Amanda Creative Gardener. So here we have my flamboyant tree, and the flowers have come and gone, and we're left in its place. We're left with these massive pods. They're about 15 inches in length, and they have amassed themselves on the tree. It's funny, when I first started to grow this, I thought it was a tamarind. It looks very similar to a tamarind when they're small. And then it was just like, oh my gosh, there's all these flowers. And then once I checked the flowers, I realised it was flamboyant, which I really do like. I love the colour. It's very bright red and white flowers. I'll try and let you see some. But yeah, we've got there's a lot of pods in here, and each one of them has at least 20 to 30 seeds within them, and we don't need any more flamboyant tree flamboyant tree growing. There's just a few things that I've noticed about both of the trees, but this one in particular, as it's growing, we've got some of the roots showing. Here's the close-up of the seed pod. I did try and get it open, but they start to crack along the side, and then they split open, and then you can access the seeds. But yeah, there's something going on. Every now and again, I've noticed these fresh marks. I don't know whether it's a cat or whether it's the monkeys using it as a scratching post, but it goes up to there. I mean, there are about three cats in the area, maybe no, more than three. There's three in my next door neighbours, and then there's three, two doors on the other side. But yeah, these scratches on the bark. And then the other thing I've noticed recently is what's happening around the base. We've got some ant action going on there. We've got a few lumps, but I noticed that there's some exposed, the internal part of the wood. Something's either eating it away or scratching it out, digging it out. And there are areas where you can see, like here. So I've got to maybe treat it with some neem. I don't know if it's some sort of insect, but something is doing something's happening. And then if you look at the roots, it's just like you know, just okay, we need to rein you in a bit. I mean, where I've planted it, there aren't any other trees in the vicinity apart from this one, so it won't be in competition for any lighting. Or let me move back so you can see it in all its glory. To go quite far back here. But what I'm going to do is trim this branch here, because it looks like it's gonna, if it's left, I mean, it can grow potentially really, really tall. There's another one far over there in another person's garden. But they have been known to fall over, and I don't want that happening. So I'm going to cut it here. It's quite a long branch, and that might take some of the weight of it coming this way and leave the side ones. Because if you look in the ground as well, I mean, this soil didn't look like, not the soil, but it's like obviously where the roots are growing and it's kind of extending itself. They're digging themselves deeper, but as it's growing, like this wasn't here before this. So I'm just going to have to keep an eye on it. So there's two things, or several things. Treat it with the neem. Keep an eye on it, see if the neem works. Trim this branch to take some of the weight off it leaning forward, and I might trim a few more actually, just so that it's more of its weight is on the back, so it's not going to fall forward. And do some more research about the uses for the seeds. I think they've been used in instruments, so maybe even make some, something in the studio. I've seen them in terms of jewellery and things like that, but I think you need like a reasonable saw, and see what medicinal benefits the plant has, the tree has. We're going into the dry season, so it looks like some of the leaves are kind of dying off, and every now and again, this particular tree and the other one that I've got, I'll show you, has been growing, they lose all their leaves and it's just bare. But maybe it's because it was just so dry that it was just so dry. Anyway, so let's have a look at the other one before we go. So here's the other one I've got growing. It's not too far from